So, picking up from yesterday's story, I'm sitting alone in front of the school since my friend Marvin had ditched me to go with his girlfriend, and I was pretty bummed out about it. And I was sitting there. I see her coming. I didn't recognize her at first until she got really close because, I didn't have my glasses at this point in time, and I was really blind like a bat. And I got really, really excited to see her, and I jump up and I say, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a while." And she says back, "Hey, awkward kid, I haven't seen you in a while too." I think. I can't remember the conversation that well, but I'm thinking, awkward kid? Psh, me? Awkward? No. And I say that out loud too. And she's like, "Yeah, you're pretty awkward." And her boyfriend, I think at the time, was like, "Yeah, you're pretty awkward, blah, 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 blah." And they walk off. And I'm sitting there with the biggest grin on my face, like, man, I found her again. It's been 3 days since I seen her, and here she is again. I was really happy. 2, 3 days pass, and we continue saying good morning to each other, and I decide, you know what, I'm gonna go hang out with you two. And so I do. I follow them, and they're talking. I don't remember the conversation clearly, but it was something about something I really don't remember. And I'm sitting there with them in this corner by the cafeteria. Honestly, it was the darkest little corner I've ever seen in a school, and I'm thinking, man, this is pretty lame. But you guys do what you do. And they're messing around, rolling around, and I'm like sitting there, awkward, and like, okay. And I don't ever see her after school or at lunch until like Friday. So we're all walking on Friday. And he stops and she starts walking a little further. And he's like, "Hey dude, can you do me a favor?" And I'm thinking in my head, well, man, he's going to tell me to leave him alone. He wants time with her by herself, and he doesn't want me around. I was fully accepting of this, and I just said, "Okay, what is it?" And he says, "I need you to do me a favor." I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" "I need you to protect her when I'm not around." And I'm thinking in my head, it's not my priority to take care of your girlfriend when it's your job to do this and not mine. And I say, "Okay, sure," thinking, well, this is a joke, you can't be serious about this. But I say yes, and he's like, "Okay, thank you, man." And he takes off, they hug and they kiss, and he goes the other direction. And me and her are walking over the bridge again. We're talking, and it stays like this till Monday, when I pick her up and carry her over the bridge. And we're having a good time laughing, and I stare into her eyes. This was the first time I ever looked her dead in the eyes and kept it there. I got a little lost, and I'm pretty sure I was very, very red. So was she, but that's something else. So I do this for the next 3 days, and I thought it would be funny to act like I was going to drop her. And I kick her up, and I'm pretending to drop her, and she wiggles thinking she is going to fall, and we both land on the ground. I'm sitting there, looking at her, dead in the eyes, like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, this was supposed to be a joke, but you moved, and you made us fall." And I'm looking at the ground, and I look back up at her, and she's just laughing, and it just made me feel so good about myself, like, okay, I dropped you, but, it's cool, whatever. And from that point on, things began to get a lot better for me and her. We began talking a lot more. I get her Facebook, and we're texting, and we just get bond more and more and more. And it feels really good, because I was not planning this at all. I was planning to stay with my old friends and maybe make a few new ones, but I found this girl. I found Brianna, and my life instantly spun around. It did 180. And things progressed for me and her, for the better and the worse. So, that's where I'm going to cut it off for this part. And thank you for tuning in to this very short story that I'm going to tell you. Well, it's not a short story, but it's being cut up into 3-minute, 4-minute segments. And it's just a lot to talk about. But at this point in time, our friendship is very new. And it's pretty good. Until problems arise, you will see in the next episode, hopefully. I get to the bad parts, but it's gonna happen. There's a lot that's gonna happen in the next few weeks of the story. But thank you for tuning in, and welcome to my domain.